I've had the One X for a month now, and spoiler alert, it's awesome. To find out why, stay tuned to the end of this video. And hey, if you haven't seen part 1 of my One X review, then check it out down there on my channel. The One X feels like a camera that is ready to go much faster than all the other cameras. A lot of them will be released and they don't have all the features they're advertising. With the One X, you get 90+% of the features on the box straight away. I'm honestly in shock about how good this camera is because previous Insta360 cameras have been a little bit underwhelming in a lot of ways, and this is a camera I'm finding really hard to fault. This starts with the photo quality. With 18 megapixels, which is a reduction from their previous camera, I would have thought it would be way worse, but it's actually way better. They've optimized the One X to have bigger pixels, which means the dynamic range is better, the low light shooting is better, and believe it or not, the sharpness was better than what it was at 24 megapixels. No question, my favorite photo feature of the One X is its inbuilt HDR. This thing is amazing. You can shoot handheld HDR with no motion blur at all. It instantly shoots 3 exposures, blends them together seamlessly, and produces a photo with excellent dynamic range. This works in almost every single lighting situation. Even at nighttime, HDR performs great. I can't think of many situations where I wouldn't use this feature. You can choose from anywhere from 1 to 4 stops of dynamic range, and I found 2 to be the sweet spot in the vast majority of situations. You need to be careful about using 4 stops, especially in situations where there's people and faces, because it will make all your distinguishing features blend into each other, so you may look like a dude without eyebrows like in this photo here. You do need to be careful though, because sometimes 4 stops is turned on automatically without you realizing, and you shoot that image accidentally. Another great feature for intermediate to pro 360 photographers is you have full manual control over the One X. You can adjust factors like shutter speed and your ISO. This is especially helpful at nighttime when trying to achieve the perfect exposure, but also during the day as well. If you want a really fast shutter speed, you have the option to go from 1/8,000th of a second to 55-second exposure. I've even been shooting handheld with the One X at night, and there hasn't been much motion blur. With low light video, however, it's good, but don't expect miracles. All 360 cameras struggle at nighttime for video because of a number of factors. You can't yet adjust your aperture, and there's a limit on the ISO, which means if you're shooting in really low light, it's not going to capture a whole lot of detail, but that's to be expected for where we're at in 2018 with low light 360 video. This is what a raw photo from the One X looks like, and real quick I'm going to color correct it and see what I can do to it. Alright, here it is. Before, after, before, after, before, after. Yes, I think we can all agree is way better after. Now I've color corrected the exact same photo except the JPEG version, and that's also looking really good. Here's the JPEG. And here's the RAW. The differences in my eyes are marginal. I think there's strengths and weaknesses to both of them. Both have pretty decent dynamic range, so in my opinion, it's not really worth going to your computer because you can get a good enough result with the JPEGs unless you have really challenging lighting. You might want to do this, otherwise I wouldn't bother. This camera is also Google Street View compatible, and because of the improved image quality, this is going to be a decent camera for uploading your photos to Street View. I found the video quality to be extremely impressive. 5.7K looks really good, 4K looks good, and even 3K 100 frames a second doesn't look like 3K. It looks like higher resolution. And because it has the ability to shoot that awesome slow-mo, it takes the viewer's eye away from sharpness and towards the awesome slow-mo effects you can get with the One X. If you saw my video, best feature of the One X, you'll see how much I love the time shift feature, which essentially allows you to switch between hyperlapse and super slow motion within the same clip. A month later, in my opinion, this is still the best feature of the One X. It's totally amazing, and I love the slow motion. It just looks so good on this camera. This was all done in the app. I have not gone to my computer yet. The One X records 5.7K video for 30 minutes and then it stops. So that's the limit, 30 minutes. It's not ideal, but I don't see why you'd really need to record for any longer than that. You can press the button again, but if you're someone that likes recording for an hour plus, then you will need to be mindful of this. I haven't experienced any overheating with the One X yet. I would say this is mostly because of the card I've been using. It's been super fast. It has V30 written on it, and this is super important. You need a card that is this fast with your One X. Don't go buying a 10 megabits a second SD card because it's very likely your camera will overheat. It really pays to buy the right card, and you can find my suggested SD card for the One X down in the description. In terms of recording times, a 64 gigabyte card will give you roughly 81 minutes of 5.7K video. So if you do the math, which I suck at, I think that's roughly just under 1 gigabyte per minute of video. You can also plug the One X into power while recording, so that's another great feature. This brings me to possibly the biggest issue I have with the One X, and that is the colors. I've been finding, especially for video, the look straight out of the camera is lacking in contrast and accuracy of color to what I see in real life. Don't get me wrong, it's still very good, but basically everything you shoot will need color correction, and you won't always be able to get the colors you're after. It doesn't happen all the time. It really does depend on the lighting and exposure of your scene. I know they are trying to address this by offering log mode, which essentially means you're shooting the image flat with desaturated colors and contrast, and you can add it all later. However, I've found I still can't get the exact colors I need when shooting in log. I haven't found this issue with photos, however. Generally the exposure is good, the colors are good, and I can fix just about anything I need to fix. Especially with RAW, HDR, and manual shooting options, you can get basically any kind of exposure. It's just with video, it's more difficult to do those things. Another early complaint of the One X has been the sound quality. People have been saying it's shocking, it's horrible, oh my god. They have improved it a bit in the most recent firmware update. However, this is what you get with 360 cameras. They're not sound recorders, and you're never going to get anything better than what your phone would record. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you want proper sound, regardless of the 360 camera you're using, record externally. Now real quick, I want to talk about workflow and cover some of the things I didn't cover in my first video. Firstly, the live preview of the One X is so good. It transmits a high quality photo or video signal instantly. This is probably the best quality preview screen I've ever seen, and it just helps when you're fine tuning things like your exposure and your composition to be able to see that level of detail before you've even taken your photo or video. The app is still the best app of all 360 cameras, and it's getting better and better with each update. Reframing is so easy. You simply just tap the screen in one direction to lock onto a viewpoint, and then you tap your next point to look at your next point. You can also track individual things within the scene, so if you wanted to follow a person as they're walking, it will automatically track them and stabilize based on their movement. You really have lots of editing controls within the app. You can trim clips, change the color, change your viewpoints, change between fast, slow, and regular motion. As you may have seen in my comparison with the GoPro Fusion, it's really similar. The sharpness is almost the same, while the color and contrast were better straight out of the camera with the Fusion. The workflow is 1,000 times better, and for me, it makes the One X the obvious choice over the GoPro Fusion unless you have a lot of time and a beefy computer to get those kind of results from the Fusion. I feel like this camera is a Frankenstein's monster of 360 cameras. It's absorbed all the best features of its competitors. It has the amazing stabilization and hyperlapse effect of the Rilo. It has the super fast transfer speeds and the better lenses of the Theta V. It has the sharpness of the GoPro Fusion, the price of the Yi 360 VR, and it's better than the previous Insta360 One in basically every single way. If you want versatility, the One X is the camera to go to. It does really good video, no question the best of the under $500 360 cameras. It does really good photo as well. While some of the other cameras may beat it at very small things, for all-around photo versatility, the One X is very likely going to beat its competitors. When I first got this camera, to me, it seemed more like a video camera than a photo camera. However, the more I use it for photos, the more I really like what it can do. Like I said in my last video, the One X fixes a lot of the issues I've had with previous 360 cameras. It's like they've created a wish list of mistakes and fixed them one by one. Two cool features that are coming soon are: one, GPS overlays, just like with the Garmin Verb, where you can show statistics on screen like speed and the course you've taken, mistaken. Also very soon there's going to be a Premiere non-stitch editing workflow. It's like a plugin where you don't have to stitch your INSV files, you just import them to Premiere. They'll play back as equirectangular automatically as you edit, then when you export, that's when the stitching happens automatically. So in conclusion, the One X is the best 360 camera of 2018. Those are very hard words to say, but when looking at all these amazing features and the overall versatility of this camera, how it's not just an awesome video camera, but it's a great photo camera too. You could shoot professional 5.7K 360 video on this thing, reframe it as HD, and blend it in with other footage shot on other cameras. This is the beauty of 360. You shoot first and choose your angle later. So whether it's photos or videos, all you need to do is press the record button and later you can choose your angle. To me, this is what gets me excited as a creative. You've probably seen my Instagram by now, and it's full of tiny planets, which are reframed 360 photos, and you wouldn't be able to do this with any other kind of camera. And the better news is this camera will improve further through constant firmware updates, app updates, and software updates. Insta360 are a company that we see regular updates on all three things all the time. So no doubt this camera will become significantly better as time passes. Is this worth $399? Hell yes it is. Check out the link in the description to get the best price possible on the One X and its accessories. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for more videos around the One X, and hey, I'd be curious to know what's your personal favorite feature of the One X and why. Let me know down there. And that's it. Time to go on a long romantic stroll on my own around the tiny planet.